This is the Glenn Beck Program.
I want you to know I, for one, am not going to miss Anthony Weiner. In case you missed it, here's what happened yesterday.
Hope to be able to continue the work that the citizens of my district elected me to do.
Wow.
To fight for the middle class and those struggling to make it. Unfortunately, the distraction that I have created has made that impossible. So today I am announcing my resignation from Congress.
Yeah! Bye-bye, pervert!
So my colleagues can get back to work. My neighbors can choose a new representative. And most importantly, that my wife and I can continue to heal from the damage I have caused.
Okay, stop. I don't think we need to hear any more of this. It turned in a part of me enjoyed the yeah, beat it, pervert. Part of me really enjoyed that. Another part of me thought, what are we turning into? What are we turning into? Like I said, I'm not going to miss Anthony Weiner at all. The man has a love for an image on camera that is his image that just can't be matched this side of Jersey Shore. It is so obvious to everybody, but anybody who paid attention at all caught this a long time ago. While we have a well-deserved Weiner break, I fear he'll be back. But until then, we're gonna have to go without America. We told you we're gonna have to go with it. Here's part of it. Here's the Weiner shortage. We're going to have to do without one of the most unlikable figures in American political history. Remember, this is a guy who was capable of being completely unlikable. Even when he was arguing for health care for 9/11 responders, he was unlikable.
We are following a procedure. I will not yield to the gentleman, and the gentleman will observe regular order. The gentleman will observe regular order. Gentleman thinks that if he gets up and yells at him, he's going to intimidate people into believing he's right. He is wrong. The gentleman is wrong.
Well, he wasn't usually screaming like that. He was usually just being smarmy and condescending, kind of the Alan Grayson level jerk. This time, it was about NPR funding.
This is a problem. It's Click and Clack, the Tappet brothers. We're finally getting rid of them. Thank God we solved this problem for the country. Now let's look at the record here. For one, they talk in that Boston accent. Car talk? It's a car. It's a car, ladies and gentlemen. I need to call Congressman Capuano whenever they're on the air. Secondly, they talk about master cylinders and slave cylinders. It's kinky.
And he would know. Being an insufferably arrogant congressman isn't exactly rare in Washington, but Weiner took it to a legendary level. This is a guy who could complain about Republicans being incompetent and inarticulate, even while forgetting the name of the party he was criticizing.
The Republican Party is so completely bankrupt of any ideas of their own, they've taken to bringing up 3 hours of discussion and a debate between the White House and themselves about what kind of security the Speaker should have. The Republican Party is in the minority party not only for this reason, but this is one of it. And then to make it worse, the members that the Republican Party sends over can't possibly be the A-team. This can't be the best. This can't be the most articulate, most informed voices of the Republican Party, can it?
Weiner was good for some comedy in a bumbling slapstick sort of way, especially at the expense of the Republican Party. Or, of course, the mices around Washington.
The rules are not a big thing for them to follow, because this is why it's hard. It's a big book. So I brought you this. House Mouse, Senate Mouse, which is sold in the gift shop to teach children how to understand the Constitution and permit me to read. It's the floor of each chamber, the Senate and House, where each senator and each Congress mouse gets to vote on the bill. And if enough do, this president signs it if he likes to. Well, the Senate mices haven't passed this yet.
Senate mices. The brilliant Anthony Weiner and his Senate mices. And of course, Anthony Weiner knows how to spend your money much better than you do, of course.
Well, whether it's illegal for Glenn Beck to do it, probably not. I certainly think it's unethical for them to be having a commentary program that talks about the sky is falling, and then those very same commentators are paid advertisers for companies like Goldline. Glenn Beck and Fox News and others, they should be ashamed of themselves because, frankly, these companies, has now been well documented, are ripoffs. Mm-hmm.
Well, he sure would be one to speak about shame. Ripoffs. Since that statement, my personal investment in Goldline is up 40%. That's in 1 year. What a ripoff it has turned out to be. At the exact same time, he was flexing naked in the congressional mirror and sending pictures to girls half his age. He was trying to destroy my business and the business of my clients with lies, half-truths, and smears. He knew that he was lying. In his congressional report, he cited commentators on message boards as evidence against Goldline, even while the Better Business Bureau was giving them an A+ rating, and the Exact Consumer Report, the Exact Consumer reporting site that he was referring to, was saying you can be completely confident, safe, and secure when doing business with Goldline. Got it? He's citing it, and that's what it says. And that's a quote. That's what was so special about Anthony Weiner. He could say anything, look and sound the exact same way. He could lie to your face, whether you were his wife, his Twitter pic receiver, his constituent, or his enemy. He could do it and believe it. It didn't matter if he was lying about Goldline or healthcare or his own Weiner shots. We now, of course, know that he was lying about sending the Weiner pics to a 21-year-old girl in Seattle, along with at least 5 other women. But look at the links that his straight-faced lies. Look at what he did, how far he went to be able to hide that. First, he crafted a series of lies of how he had been hacked or pranked. Second, another series of lies about how he was hiring multiple security and legal firms to get to the bottom of what had happened.
Is this Twitter picture in question a picture of you?
Well, let's remember this Twitter picture in question is a hack or a prank that someone posted on my Twitter page with someone else's name in it who says she never got it and doesn't know me and I don't know her. We're trying to get to the bottom of where the picture came from, and we're trying to get to the bottom of what it's of and who it's of. We're concerned about saying anything definitively. You know, pictures get manipulated, pictures get dropped into accounts, and so we've asked an internet security firm and a law firm to take a hard look at this and try to come up with a conclusion about what happened and how we make sure it doesn't happen again.
Thirdly, he had to come up with a lie about why he wasn't calling the police, like any congressman would if he had actually been hacked. Why didn't you call the police?
I don't believe this is a capital crime. I believe this is a bit of mischief. And I'm treating it that way.
But it's causing more than mischief for you now.
It's causing more mischief, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I ask the taxpayers of the United States of America to undergo a big investigation on who posted a silly picture on my Twitter page.
He even blamed his own name for the controversy with a straight face when he knew he was completely lying.
I can tell you this, that I have photographs. I don't know what photographs are out there in the world of me. I don't know what things have been manipulated and doctored. And we're going to try to find out what happened. But the most important reason I want to find out what happened is to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Obviously, someone got access to my account. That's bad. They sent a picture that makes fun of the name Weiner. I get it. You know, touche. Dr. Moriarty, you got me.
And in perhaps my favorite clip, he appeared with Rachel Maddow. Now listen how complicated this lie is.
You realize that now everybody thinks the photo is you. And so where there's smoke, there's fire. There must be a real scandal here. You must have been doing something creepy here. Let me ask you whether or not you want to answer that question, and then let me ask you what the answer to it is.
Whether the photograph is me? Well, yeah. Am I allowed to say I wish? I don't. Look, we don't know for sure. The photograph doesn't look familiar to me, but a lot of people who have been looking at this stuff on our behalf are cautioning teaching me that, stuff gets manipulated, stuff gets, you can change a photograph, you can manipulate a photograph, you can doctor a photograph. And so I don't want to say with certitude it maybe didn't start out being a photograph of mine and now looks as something different, or maybe it was something that was from another account that got sent to me. I can't say for sure.
Wow. Here's a guy who is on TV, and he knew it was a picture of him. But he tried to hedge his bets by saying that the picture might have been him, but it was manipulated, or maybe it was photoshopped. He has to be delusional to think that any of this stuff would work. Arrogance. Keep in mind, he knows that he has sent dozens of other pictures to at least 5 other women. He has to be delusional to think this will work. But did you catch the immediate response when he was asked if the picture was him? His first response was, "I wish it was." In other words, look how big that guy's man unit is. I mean, he knew it was his. And he was saying, "Yeah, don't you wish? Huh? 'Cause I do." In the middle of a controversy that could crush his career, his family, and his marriage. His wife, by the way, is pregnant. He was psychotically giving backhanded compliments to the size of his own manhood on national television while acting like he's being self-deprecating. It is a loop of mental gymnastics only achieved by the mental patients and serial killers we normally lock up. All of that led to his resignation yesterday, among a circus of hecklers. I want you to know, this is a man who tried to destroy my business. He used the full weight and power of the United States Congress to destroy my business. I don't feel bad for him. He did this to himself. I do feel bad for the people who depended on him, but I take no pleasure in watching a man destroy himself and watching America elect people like this, watching them destroy our country, and watching other Americans make excuses for inexcusable behavior and a lifetime of lies. There were times when Weiner's personal attacks on me and my clients and my friends made me angry. But it wasn't until I let that go last summer, early on during the congressional hearings, that I was able to say to myself, he's not an enemy of mine. He's an enemy of the truth. In many ways, Weiner inspired the blaze because I found hope that the truth will set you free. And if you're not standing within the truth, it will burn your life to the ground. That blaze is true, and I testify to its truth today. The truth has no agenda. When you realize that, you'll be able to do what I did, let go. Let go in the faith and the firm reliance of divine providence. We've all learned more about Weiner in the past few weeks than, TMI comes to mind, doesn't it? But we should learn something else. That when you stand for the truth, when you don't let anger force you into stupidity, eventually the ship will right itself. You just have to remain standing. The people attacking you with lies will be buried under their own weight. I believe in this. It has been true for all of eternity in the past and all eternity in the future. In a small way, in the time and all eternity, in a very small way, with a little man, even smaller than his stature. A little man named Weiner has proved that true.